Hi, welcome back to Craft Storytime with the Huntington Beach Public Library. My name is Miss Maribel and I hope you guys are doing well. My friends, what is our theme for this week? Any ideas? Well, if you guessed Christopher Columbus, you're right. Our theme for this week is Christopher Columbus. So we're going to be reading a book that kind of explains about Christopher Columbus, and we're going to be making a boat. Are you guys ready? We're going to be making a handprint boat. All right. Our story is called In 1492, and it was written by Jean Marzolo. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. He had 3 ships and left from Spain. He sailed through sunshine, wind, and rain. He sailed by night, he sailed by day. He used the stars to find his way. A compass also helped him know how to find the way to go. "90 sailors were on board. Some men worked while others snored. Then the workers went to sleep and others watched the ocean deep. Day after day, they looked for land. They dreamed of trees and rocks and sand. October 12th, their dream came true. You never saw a happier crew. Indians, Indians, Columbus cried, his heart filled with joyful pride. Of course, now we call them Native Americans. But India, the land was not. It was the Bahamas, and it was hot. So they were trying to go to India, but they didn't quite make it there. They made it to the Bahamas instead. The Arawak natives were very nice. They gave the sailors food and spice. Columbus sailed on to find some gold to bring back home as he'd been told. He made the trip again and again, trading for gold to bring to Spain. The first American? No, not quite. But Columbus was brave and he was bright. We cheer for him and we say hooray, especially on Columbus Day. The end. Yay! All right, my friends, are you ready to make our handprint ships? All right, let's go. Hey guys, so for this craft, we are going to be making a handprint ship. And this will be looking like the ship that Christopher Columbus could have come on. So what we're going to do first, and what you need first, is you need a piece of paper, a blank white piece of paper. I'm using cardstock because it's a little sturdier, but you could use printer paper too. We're going to need a little half sheet of 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It can be construction paper. It can be, I'm using like this peachy tan color because it's what I had on hand. I cut the sheet in half, but if you have brown construction paper, anything that you might want your ship color to be. So I'm going to use this little tan piece of paper. You're going to need scissors, a strip, and it can be white. I have this little like off-white beige, and I'll be using this one because this is what I have on hand. But you need a strip of paper for your flags because this is what you're going to use your flags for. So a strip of paper for your flags, glue stick, and markers, or crayons or color pencils, whatever you want to color with. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to trace your handprint on this piece of half sheet paper. I'm going to use pencil because it'll stain less, but I mean, you could use a color pencil or a marker, but I'm going to use a pencil because it won't leave my hand colored. So I'm going to grab that sheet. I'm going to trace my hand on it. I'm going to try and put this so I can fit my hand the most on. And I'm going to go ahead and trace it. Make sure you get a good handprint so your ship will be clear. And mine's kind of a little bit off, but that's okay. Okay. And I'll just kind of connect the dots that didn't make it all the way quite through. And then I'll just connect this kind of like that. There you go. So once you have your handprint, you're going to cut that out. So we're going to grab your scissors, cut out your piece of paper. Okie dokie. So once you have your hand, you're going to glue it onto your white piece of paper, which is going to be your background. I'm going to flip it the other way where it doesn't have pencil marks on it. So you can see these little pencil marks. I don't want these pencil marks here. So I'm going to flip it to this side, which is a clean side. And then I'm going to glue it. And I'm going to kind of lean my hand a little bit back because that way it gives the form of a shape right here of the ship. So I'm going to kind of lean it back a little bit. And I'm going to place it a little bit low so that I have space to put my flag up here too that I want to place. So somewhere kind of on the lower side of your piece of paper, and then you're going to grab your glue stick and you're going to add glue to your handprint. I'm going to glue that on there. Make sure you have enough glue so that your handprint will not move around. Okay. I think that's good. And I'm going to place it on, kind of on the lower end, like so. All right. Next, I'm going to draw my ocean. Or, you know what? Let's go ahead and draw, let's go ahead and draw the ocean. So that way I kind of have a leeway, because we are going to draw portholes here, like a bow, like a line across, and the portholes. So let's do that. Actually, before anything else, let's do that so that we have enough space. So we're going to do a line from here to here. And I'm using black marker, and then I'm going to do 3 portholes. So I'm going to go ahead after I do my line, and I'll do 1, 2, 3. Kind of try and make them circular. Somewhat circular, doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. There are my 3 portholes. Now I am going to draw my ocean. And if you have paint dotters, you could certainly paint dot all across your ocean and some clouds. But if you don't, you can use marker or crayon or color pencil. I'm going to use marker just because it's easier. And so I'll draw the waves. like so, and then I'm going to color in those waves. Make sure to have a tablecloth on the table or wherever your work surface is, because more than likely you're going to get marker or whatnot on the table like I am right now. If you want to prevent a little bit of the mess, then I would use a tablecloth underneath so that you don't get color or anything else on the table, glue. And then we're going to go ahead and color in our wave. Show you another example where I used paint daughter. Since sometimes these markers, when you use markers, sometimes when you color fast, the ink doesn't really always look as nice. It kind of looks dried out when you color in fast. So you could always use colored pencil or crayons or the paint daughters as well. But just for time's sakes, I'll just do this for right now, and then I'll show you my other example. So there's my ocean, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of clouds over here and over here. And then I'll do a small one over here. I'm going to go ahead and color those in. Just like so. And if you don't want to have clouds, you don't have to. If you want to draw a sun, you can. The background is kind of, you know, up to your imagination. So if you want to do something else, you totally can. This is just kind of like an example of, if you need some inspiration, this is how you could do it, but definitely open to whatever you guys want to do with your own project. So I'm going to go ahead and color in these clouds, and then we will start making the flags for our ship. We'll cut them out, and I'll show you how to do that. Alrighty, so we got our clouds. There we go. And then we're going to cut little rectangles, because those are going to be our flags. So we're going to need 3. 1, 2, and 3. Next, we are going to cut the sides a little bit. So, you know, right about here, we kind of round them out a little bit. So what we're going to do is a little bit just kind of like that. So instead of being straight, it'll be a little rounded out. Let's go ahead and do that. So there's one. We'll repeat the same with all of them. That'll kind of give them like a flag feel to it. And then we'll do our last one. Again, just a little rounded out. It doesn't have to be perfect. So then we are going to place our flags. And what I like to do is place one higher and one lower. So that way that gives us a little bit more leeway, and they're not all kind of smushed together. If you try and do it like this all together, they kind of get smushed. So I tend to put one up here and then the other two down here. That way there's more space. So then I'm going to go ahead and glue those in place. I'm going to put some glue on here. I'm going to go ahead and glue that. There we go. Grab the other one. Glue that. Place it right there, and then I'm going to go ahead and grab this one, put some glue as well, and then glue that right there. Alright, then I'm going to grab a marker, and I'm going to put little crosses on them, because that's what they would have had back then. So I'm going to go ahead and do a cross. Just like so. I'm going to do the other one. And then the other one. Kind of straighten them out a little bit. There we go. So next I'm going to do my little ship flag. So I'm going to do a little line from here. And then I'm going to do a circle on the top for my flagpole. And then I'm going to do a red little flag. You could do whatever color you want, but I'm just going to stick with red. I'm going to color it in. Just like that. And there you go. That is our handprint ship for Christopher Columbus Day. And then I'll show you the other examples that I did one last year with paint daughters. So this is the one I did right now with the markers. And then this is the one I did with the paint daughters. As you can tell, this one's a little more dry, the marker. And then this one I used paint daughters, and I used the kind that has little metallics in it. So I don't know if you can tell, but it has a little metallic in there. So I use that for the clouds, and I use that for the water. You can see the little dots. So you could use paint daughters, or you could use markers, or you could use whatever you have on hand. I think it will look equally nice. So these are my examples on my handprint ships. I hope you guys enjoyed this craft. If you do, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel so you get notifications if you turn the bell icon on to let you know when we upload next. These craft videos upload every Saturday at 2 o'clock. So you're more than welcome to go through our previous videos and see if you'll enjoy those. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Take care. Bye.